Guys, before we get into this video, if you're new around here and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. Also turn the bell notification on next to the subscribe button, as you can see on the screen, to be notified every single time I upload a video. And also like the video if you enjoyed the video you are about to watch, and enjoy the video, guys. What's up, guys? My name's Adapt and welcome to another video on the channel. So this is the fourth video I'm doing in a row, and in today's video I'm bringing you guys Moauba'S ultra attacking custom tactics and player instructions. So I think I've pretty much done every other game plan for Moauba'S. So lastly we have his ultra attacking custom tactics and player instructions. I've just recorded 2 formation reviews, the first part of 2 formation reviews and the first part of a best lineup video for Piemonte Calcio, or Juventus as they are called in real life. But this is the team we're using. I'm going to go through all the players quickly. I don't want to get into things too much because I've literally just been explaining the team. I've had this team for quite a few videos now, so I'm just repeating myself most of the time, to be honest. So here's all the stats on everyone. Nothing's changed from when I've been doing the first part of the past 2 videos I've just done on the formation reviews. So I'm going to get into the custom tactics and player instructions. If you really want to look at the loan player stats, you guys can look at them as well, but they've just come on as super subs when I've needed them. So I'm going to get into custom tactics and player instructions for Moauba'S right now. So let's get into them really quickly, and let's go to the ultra attacking game plan. So press after possession loss. For the defensive style, width I've got it at 6 bars, depth I've got it at 6 bars. Why am I saying I? It's Moauba'S ultra attacking custom tactics and player instructions, so he's got it at 6 bars for width and depth. For the defensive style, he's got it on fast build up. For width, he's got it at 5 bars. For players in the box, Moauba'S has it at 7 bars. Then for the corners, he's got it at 4 bars, and for free kicks he also has it at 4 bars as well. Now getting into how I lined my team up. So he's got a 4-1-2-1-2 formation, but this is how I lined the team up. So Fernandinho in the DM role, Royce in the cam role, Rodri in the centre mid role, and then we have Sane in the centre mid role also. I could put Sane in the left striker role, and then Vardy in the right striker and Sancho in the left centre mid role, but it's just how I decided to keep the team for this video. I haven't recorded all of the games. I've recorded a couple of games for the ultra attacking game plan so far, so I haven't finished the video, I haven't finished the gameplay, so I still need to play games with this team. But what I'll probably do, guys, let me do this really quickly. So if I can swap Sane and Sancho around, put Rodri in the left centre mid role, and then we can swap Vardy and Sane around. That's more like it, to be honest with you guys, and that's better. So Fernandinho in the DM role, Sancho in the right centre mid role, Rodri in the left centre mid role, Royce in the cam role, and then Vardy in the right striker role, and Sane in the left striker role. Now getting into the player instructions, we have joined the attack on both fullbacks. This is what Moauba'S is using, join the attack on both fullbacks. On his DM, he has dropped between defenders. Now that's a new one, haven't seen many people use that. It's a new thing they brought into the game this year as well. And on his right centre mid, he hasn't done anything. On his left centre mid, he hasn't done anything. On his cam, he hasn't done anything also. On his right striker, he's got getting behind, and on his left striker, he put him on getting behind also. So guys, those are the custom tactics and player instructions. That's the formation Moauba'S is using for his ultra attacking game plan. Now let's get into the gameplay. Now before we get into the gameplay, I am going to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel down below. Now you can do this very easily and very quickly by clicking on the bottom right hand side of this video. There's going to be a watermark with my YouTube channel profile picture. If you're on computer or laptop or anything like that, then you can hover over it and then subscribe. But if you're on a mobile device, you can just go ahead, click on it and subscribe straight away so you don't miss an upload. Now enjoy the rest of the video. Now getting into the gameplay, guys. Now I've got about 19 minutes of gameplay. What I think I'll do is I'll chop it up into parts. So I'll do 5 minutes of commentary, then stop the video, and then carry on as I do. So just do about 5 minutes at a time. So you guys just saw the first team I'm coming up against, first game of the video. So most people are relegating themselves to play in like other divisions, so you don't really know who you're coming up against. So I do go ahead, I make it 1-0 against my opponent, and this Allison is just stuck in this position there. Couldn't do anything about that. Jadon Sancho then does a scoop turn, passes it back to Rodri. There wasn't much space for opportunity there, so I end up passing it back, and then I come back on the attack. Vardy's on the ball, eventually manages to get past his defender, finds some space and puts it into the bottom corner and scores. So Vardy scores, and I believe he makes that 2-0 right there. And straight from kickoff here, my opponent has the ball. He's passing it around between Walker and Moauba'S. He's on a run with Walker and eventually does a fake shot stop. Plays the ball to Decore. Moauba'S is on the ball. So he's got a cheap Premier League team, to be honest. It's an okay Premier League team. He crosses the ball in. That was a nice through ball from him. LBY chip or an X chip there to play his man in. And then I think that was Genie Wijnaldum who puts the ball into the back of the net, makes it 2-1. So he pulls the game back, and then he goes ahead and scores a second, and this game ends up in a draw, I do believe. I don't know why he's doing this. He's just running around and stuff, probably to try and trigger me, but you guys see them possession stats right there. Ends 2-all. And we come up against the guy with 2 FUT Champions cards, Player of the Month Aubameyang. I believe there was Messi in there, so a bit of a weird team, a very different team. There was Guendouzi in there as well, so he has a lot of good players, but then he's also got not so good players in there. He's got a couple rare gold cards, non-rare gold cards I mean, and he's got some FUT Champions cards in there, Player of the Month Aubameyang, Messi. So he was probably trying to do objectives or something. I'm not too sure about that one, but we get into this game. I eventually do go 1-0 up. Marco Reus is on the ball, plays it to Sancho. Sancho passes it into Piszczek. Piszczek finds some space in the middle and just plays it back. Reus is there to tap it in and make it 2-0. So Reus extends the lead to 2-0. So we get the 2-0 win there. So we find ourselves in a very good position. It's 2-0. We got some space to breathe here, and now I'm looking to score even more. Vardy's on the ball. Vardy plays it to Sancho. Sancho plays it to Piszczek, and Piszczek puts it past the keeper nicely. A good goal right there. He just slots it right past that keeper into the bottom corner, and he extends the lead. So Piszczek getting involved in the action, extending the lead, making it 3-0, and I'm looking to score a 4th here. Vardy's on the ball. He takes a heavy touch, get past this man, and now he finds himself in some space. I pass it back to Marco Reus. My player commits his keeper out, and Reus says, I am going to put that past him, thank you very much. And he does exactly that. He makes that 4-0, and we are going to score another goal right here. Fernandinho to Rodri. So the goals aren't stopping here. Fernandinho playing some nice passing play between him and Vardy, I do believe that is. And Jadon Sancho eventually finds himself through, opens up his body and slots it right past the keeper to score his 5th goal, well the team's 5th goal. And we go 5 up, and we find ourselves in an even better position. We're pretty much impossible to catch in the 81st minute as well now, but this guy has the ball with Aubameyang. I go ahead, I tackle him, and it's a bit scrappy here, and my opponent scores 1 goal, so we aren't able to keep the clean sheet there. So it's 5-1 here. I'm looking to see if I can score another one. My opponent's bringing his keeper out here, getting a bit frustrated here. Well, when I say a bit, he's very frustrated. I'll pass the ball to Moauba'S. He tries to tackle me with his keeper, and I put it in the empty gap in the net, the bottom corner, and Moauba'S makes that 6 right there. So we get the 6-1 victory. Straight after this game, we get into our next game, and this guy has Manuel Neuer. He has a couple of other good players in there. I believe there was Upamecano in there as well. So he had a good team. So I was definitely taking this guy serious. Our first breakthrough in the game comes in 15 minutes in. His Neuer makes a crazy save with his legs, and the ball bounces back to Jamie Vardy, and Jamie Vardy puts the ball into the back of the net. He makes that 1-0 17 minutes into the game, and it's 1-0 here. Things are looking good. I've opened the scoring very early on in the game, and that can be a good thing, but I can't get too ahead of myself because there is a lot of time still to go in the game. Akanji's on the ball right here, and I'm shielding the ball off here. I'm looking for someone to pass to. I'm looking for options here. I play the ball to Jadon Sancho. Sancho places it to Royce, and Royce puts it into the back of the net. So nice goal from Royce. I just power shoot it straight across the keeper into the bottom corner, and I make it 2 goals. Now my opponent's on the ball. He has the ball with Lewandowski, passes it to Martial. Martial's on the ball here, pass it in the centre. Lacazette with the pass to Pepe, and Pepe puts it into the back of the net. So a goal from him. The game's back opened again. It's currently 2-1. I was 2-0 up just a second ago, but he's made it 2-1 now, and I wouldn't say I'm back to square one, but this game is open again. He scores 1 more goal, he's right back into the game, and it's level. But I go ahead, I score my 3rd right there, and we get a bit of breathing space right there. I get a 2-goal deficit for my opposition right there. So we make it 3-1 with Leroy Sané, and Leroy Sané's been a key player in this team. He's contributed a lot, got a lot of goals, got a lot of assists. He offers a lot of pace to the squad as well, so he helps in that department as well. So Royce is on the ball right here. He is pulling the strings from the middle. He takes a slightly heavy touch right there where my opposition gets the ball, but fortunately for me, I'm able to win it back. I play it through to Sané eventually, and Sané scores the goal. And after I score the goal with Leroy Sané, my opponent decides to back out of the game. So he backs out of that one, and then we get into our next game. We come up against a guy with Benzema. I do believe some other decent players in there as well, so I had to watch out for some really good players in there. I believe he has some FUT Champions cards as well, but Jadon Sancho finds himself on the ball, plays it to Royce, and Royce puts it into the back of the net. He opens the scoring 1-0 up. So in our games, we are managing to open the scoring. In most of them, we're managing to take the lead. In the 15th minute here, Fernandinho plays it to Sancho, and then Royce and Sané are doing some nice 1-2 play. Sané takes the shot, and Royce manages to put the ball into the back of the net and make it 2-0 right there, 16 minutes into the game. So 2-0 lead early on in the game. Things are looking good right here. We've got the rest of the game to go ahead and score more goals, so I'm looking to take the game to my opponent right here, which is what I do. Leroy Sané and Vardy passing the ball between each other. Eventually I do find space to shoot. Moauba'S does take a shot, but that shot gets saved, and then we have a corner, and I do eventually end up managing to score with, is that Piszczek right there? I believe that's Piszczek. So Piszczek makes it 3. So Piszczek, someone you wouldn't think you would get goals, who is getting the goals, who is contributing a lot to the team. He makes that 3-0 right there, and we're in a good position right here. 3-0 up very early on in the game. The game's never done and dusted unless like 6-0 in the 90th minute, but I have to keep focus and keep scoring, and eventually I do get a rage quit from my opponent and I get that win right there. So we take that win as momentum into the next game. This guy has Inform Werner, he has a baby Frank Lampard as well right there. So he's got a good team right there. Maybe he had some players in there that was going for objectives with Bundesliga players, but we got into this game right here and I do go ahead, I concede the first goal. So you guys are usually used to seeing me open the scoring here, but unfortunately for myself, that isn't the case this time. He scores a goal with Gnabry in the 16th minute, and we get into the next highlight here, and this celebration is going on for a long time. This guy celebrated a lot with Gnabry right there. My opponent ends up making a mistake. He passes it straight to Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané wins that ball and he finesses it straight past my opponent's keeper, and he makes it 1-0 right there. So we're back to even Stevens, as they say it. We're back to an even score line, and this is my opponent going to score right here straight from kickoff. You would expect it, and it does happen. A bit of a fluke right there with the shot. I wouldn't assume that was an amazing shot where it was meant to go in, where you would expect it to go in, but fortunately for my opponent, it did go in, and we're on the back foot now. It's 2-1, things aren't looking too good. This guy is a very good player, and eventually I do manage to equalize the score and make it 2-2 with Leroy Sané after some good footwork. So we're back to an even scoreline right here. Just before half time we are at right now, and Moauba'S is on the ball, plays it to Werner, Werner plays it to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne manages to score a goal and make it 3-2 right there. So 3-2 lead just before half time, and my opponent takes that lead into half time. Things aren't looking good for me, and then my opponent proceeds to eventually make it 4, I do believe, right here, and it's from a corner and Lampard makes it 4. So I'm in a tough situation here. I'm 4-2 down. This game is looking like it is lost. My opponent is good at the game, and things aren't looking too great right here. I know it's early on in the game in the 59th minute, but to go 4-2 down, to concede so many goals, just isn't good. So it's 4-2 in the 60th minute now, straight from kickoff. And is Vardy going to give us a lifeline? He passes it across to Leroy Sané, and Leroy Sané is there again to clutch it up and score the third goal. He gives us a lifeline right there. So it is 3-4 right now, and 1 goal I need to even up the scoreline. And Rodri's on the ball, plays it to Jadon Sancho. Sané backs into some space, passes it into Rodri. Rodri with some nice footwork manages to make the pass across, and Jadon Sancho makes that 4-4 right there. So we managed to get the 4-4 result. Isn't a great result, but I'll take it. We were 4-2 down, so it's a good turnout after being 4-2 down. We come up against someone with a Premier League team. Fernandinho's currently on the ball. I think he had Fabinho in there as well. There were some other players as well, which I can't remember. But we're 3 minutes into the game. The game has literally just kicked off. Vardy plays it to Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho does a nice drag back. Vardy back heels it to Moauba'S, and Moauba'S puts it into the back of the net. He opens up the scoring and scores 1. So we go 1-0 up early on in the game. We get this game started off very well with a goal from Moauba'S right there. Now my opponent's on the ball with Fernandinho, pass the ball to Fabinho, and then he is through with Jamie Vardy, and Jamie Vardy puts it past my goalkeeper and makes it 1-0. So it's currently 1-0 right here. So the guy goes ahead and equalizes. This is before half time as well. Sancho takes the shot off, keeper saves the ball. My opponent goes, he passes it out, and then he actually boots it away. He manages to keep it on with Trent, I do believe that was, and eventually Vardy is through. I slide tackle him, take one for the team, and this ends up in me getting a red card there. So I'm down to 10 men now. So when you're down to 10 men, isn't a good position to be in. Sancho plays it to Sane. Sane sprints into some space and then does a nice skill move right there, and then puts it past his keeper and makes it 2-1 71 minutes in. So we're down to 10 men. Doesn't affect us too much. We're still able to get that goal and go in the lead. So it's 2-1 currently right now. I boot the ball out with my keeper. Berkey pass it to Laporte. And I'm just looking for space here. I'm looking to open something up. Sancho plays the ball back to Fernandinho. Leroy Sané is on the ball. Plays it to Royce. Royce with a pass which gets intercepted. The ball goes back to Sancho, and Sancho plays it to Royce. And then Royce passes it to Sane. Sane scores a third. So we go ahead and win that convincingly with 10 men. So I'm very happy with that win right there. And we get into the last game of this video. So this guy had a Cavani in there. I think he had a player of the month, Nabry. I remember seeing a player of the month card in there somewhere. So he had a decent team right there. Angelino's on the ball, manages to get the better of Allen. Fernandinho he passes it to, and then Royce plays it to Vardy. Vardy with a nice fake shot, and eventually I score 7 minutes into the game and open the scoring. I do believe there's a lot of goals in this one as well, so I do manage to get the goals off. I can't even remember how many goals I scored in this video, in the gameplay. I'm not too sure, but I assume I scored quite a few. But his checks from the ball, pass it into Royce. Royce with a fake shot inside, takes the shot, keeper saves it, and he manages to get the rebound and put it into the back of the net. So nice goal here from Marco Royce to make it 2-0. Then getting into the next highlight here, Allen's on the ball. Royce manages to win the ball right there with a nice challenge. Leroy Sané finds himself on the ball, takes the shot off, and we make it 3-0 before half time even. So my opponent cues a pause right there. I'm thinking, is he going to quit or not? What is he going to do? Is he going to make a substitution? He decides to stay in the game. So it's 3-0. It's past half time now, and things are looking good. Rodri plays it to Sané. Sané plays it to Vardy, and eventually Royce finds himself through. He puts it past the keeper to make that 4 right there. So we're 4-0 up right here, and we're in a very good position. 55 minutes into the game. We've only got 35 minutes of this game left from that goal right there, and I'm looking to go ahead and extend my lead and score a 5th, which is what I am eventually going to do. Angelino with a nice pass to Sane right there. I don't know what his keeper's doing. He had a bit of a nightmare right there, and eventually he does end up putting it into his own net pretty much. Leroy Sané gets the goal. He takes credit for that right there. So it's 5-0 here. Things are looking very good in this game. It looks like I'm most definitely going to win this game unless a miracle happens, and it looks like it is going to happen here. So my opponent scores 1 goal here in the 79th minute, coming up to just before the 79th, and he scores 1 back just to alert me a bit. And you guys are going to see what happens here from my corner. His Carvajal's on the ball. Carvajal sprinting into some space there, and he passes it through to Alex Telles, and Telles scores a goal right there. So counter attack from my corner makes it 5-2, and he's just shushing me. I don't know what he's doing right there, using 5-2, maybe thinking of triggering me right there, but it didn't really work. So it's 5-2 right here, and I am about to go ahead and score my 6th, which Jamie Vardy eventually does, and he makes that 6-2 right there. So in the first minute of added time, we do go ahead, score our 6th goal, and we take the win right there. So guys, that is the last game of this video. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Peace. Thanks for watching guys. If you click on the left hand side of your screen, that will take you to my previous video, and if you click on the right hand side of the screen, it will also take you to a random video so you can watch more of my content. And in the middle of the screen, it will allow you to subscribe straight to the channel, so it notifies you every time I upload a video on the channel, so you do not miss a future upload.